Hey, it's Yay for Yarn, and today I'm going to show you how to make sandwich cookies on your Addi Express Pro knitting machine. So let's get started. So here I have already made a couple of these. This one is supposed to be like a chocolate cookie with chocolate cream filling. Here is the chocolate cookie with vanilla cream filling, and this one is going to be a vanilla cookie with vanilla cream filling. And these are very easy to make. These are just made of flat circles, and we're basically making a flat circle sandwich and stitching it together. So all I have done is I have one beige flat circle. This is Red Heart Super Saver in buff, and the vanilla cream circle is white, Red Heart Super Saver in white, and here's another of the cookie circle in buff. For the chocolate cookies, you just use a regular, whatever your favorite black acrylic yarn is. For the chocolate cream filling, I used warm brown in Super Saver. I don't know if it's the exact correct color, but it's the closest thing I had. So all I've done here is left my last cookie circle with a long tail at the end. I have not tacked these together yet because I'm going to do that all at once when we put it together. So I have a yarn needle here, and I'm going to thread it onto the long tail we left there. So to make our sandwich cookie, first I'm going to take the yarn on my needle and go down through the center of the top cookie, making sure the needle comes out the hole on the other side. And then I'm going to go down through the center hole in the cream circle for the cream filling. And then I'm going to go through the last cookie circle. And we're just kind of pull on that. This center part needs to be pretty tight because otherwise it's going to be thicker in the middle, and regular sandwich cookies are usually flat. So I'm going to pull on that. Now we're going to do the tacking the layers together. So I'm going to go down just next to the hole. Make sure it goes down next to the hole in the next circle and in the next circle. And then I'm just going to pull the yarn through and tighten that stitch. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Again, I'm going to go back down through the hole in that whole stack so that it comes out the center on the top again. Then this right here was my last stitch. So now I'm going to turn it and go the opposite direction. I'm going to go down next to the hole all the way through. And then I'm going to go back down through the hole again. And now I'm just going to make a knot to secure that. And I'm going to bring my yarn, I'm going to go down under this top layer of knitting and bring my yarn almost out to the edge. I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch, 3/8 or so. Bring it out to the edge, and we're going to be stitching around the edges to make the layers stay together on the outside, because otherwise you'd be able to just peel it apart like that. So I'm going to go down through all those layers where my yarn is coming up, but I want to make sure that I catch a piece of yarn. So I'm not going down right in the same space where the yarn is, but make sure there's another piece of yarn in between. And I'm going to go all the way through. And this stitching around the outside edge should not be tight. Should not be pulled, because then it's going to be squashed really tight and bubble like that. So now I'm going to move over about 2 stitches or so, about a 1/2 inch, and go down still about a 1/2 inch to 3/8 inch from the edge, and make a stitch. Now we don't want to pull that too tight, or else it's going to be squashed. And we want to try to keep it flat and smooth. So now I'm going to skip a couple stitches again, and still making sure I'm not right on the edge, I'm going to go up through all the layers, and I'm just going to kind of loosely do a running stitch, just like that, all the way around, to hold the layers together but not make them too tight. So now I'm almost around to the other end. I'm going to come up the last spot, and when I make my knot to tie off, I want to make sure that I'm not picking up this running stitch right here that we were stitching the layers together with, and I want to make sure I'm not picking up one of the strands from the knitting on this outside layer. So I'm going to kind of dig down in one of these spaces and reach for a strand of yarn from the layer of knitting underneath, and that's where I'm going to make my knot. So then when I go to bury the tail, the knot will also be buried underneath. So now I'm just going to make sure that I'm going right back down where the knot is, and I'm going to slip it underneath that top layer of knitting. And then I'm just going to cut the rest of the yarn. So there you have it. You now have these cute little sandwich cookies. They're pretty big compared to most real life ones, but they'd be great play food kind of toys for kids. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, making sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.